The winding trail through the Ituri Rainforest seemed to have no end. Saskia hacked at the dense undergrowth with her machete, sweating under the oppressive jungle heat. She had long ago lost track of how many days she'd been walking, in search of the fabled Valley of Whispers, a place most experts denied existed. But she knew the legends had to hold some truth. Tales of the valley had consumed her imagination since childhood. According to the local Mbuti pygmies, it was a sacred vale untouched by man, a refugee where the songs of long-dead Mbuti ancestors could still be heard whispering on the wind. She pictured a Shangri-La, overflowing with exotic wildlife and awash in secrets. Most outsiders dismissed the stories, but the Mbuti were fiercely protective of the valley's location. Saskia studied their myths for years before piecing together clues to its whereabouts. If her calculations were correct, it lay hidden somewhere deep within this trackless green hell. She smiled to herself. Soon the lost valley would be lost no more. Her discovery would make headlines around the globe. Late afternoon on the 7th day, Saskia crawled under a fallen kapok tree draped in flowering vines and stepped out into thin air. Stumbling to her knees, she found herself perched on a craggy outcropping. She gasped as the unbroken jungle canopy fell away, unveiling a vista too incredible to comprehend. A vast valley stretched out before her, so lush and vibrant, it made the surrounding rainforest seem faded. Mist-veiled mountains lined the horizon as a sparkling ribbon of river coiled through the verdant land like a jeweled snake. Trees heavy with fruit towered beside fields of spectacularly colored flowers. The resonant cries of monkeys and birds echoed across the valley, yet over it all floated an eerie whispering, a soothing susurrus, both beautiful and haunting. Saskia's eyes misted with joy. At long last, after years of obsession and weeks of hellish travel, the mythical valley was real, and she was the first outsider to gaze upon its wonders. She scrambled for her satellite phone, hand trembling. Wait until the Royal Geographic Society heard this. But as she grasped the phone, she hesitated. The valley's unspoiled majesty stirred an unfamiliar protective urge. Did she have the right to reveal this hallowed place? To unleash an expedition that might taint its timeless perfection? For hours, Saskia wrestled with indecision, while below her the valley worked its magic. She lost herself studying its hypnotic sights and sounds. The misty veil gradually lifted to unveil even more marvels. Curtains of delicate waterfalls, sparkling pools where long-beaked birds fished. High above, a ray of late sun broke through fast-moving clouds to set the valley aglow. As darkness fell, ethereal lights began to glimmer throughout the forests and along the riverbanks. Enchanted fireflies by the thousands floated up from the valley depths, filling the air with living stars. When the clouds closed once more and rain began to fall, Saskia wept with the wonder of it all. In the morning, her choice was made. She packed her sat phone away and marked a simple map showing the valley's location by the river's source, sans any paths or telling details. Before leaving, she whispered a promise to patron spirits of Mbuti Lore. She would guard the way for now. But one day, a child of the people would return to reclaim this sanctuary. Over the years, Saskia kept her promise and her secret close. Though fame and fortune beckoned each day, she held silent. The call of adventure still rang deep. Then came trouble she could no longer ignore. Loggers pressing ever deeper into Ituri, hungry for rich hardwoods to feed the China trade. Rangers slain by poachers seeking bushmeat, hides, and horns. Corrupt officials selling land rights from beneath tribal feet. She'd grown cynical, watching exploitation spread like a cancer. The valley now faced very real threats, and the Mbuti had no say, no power, no voice left to defend their ancient living shrine. In 50 years, little seemed to have changed. Yet all balance hung by a thread. Saskia realized she wouldn't live to see the world right itself, if it even could. Perhaps the dreaming valley would thereby die, taking with it the last song of Africa's oldest people. Before her failing eyes, the map materialized once more. Legacy of a life-changing choice. This time, Saskia retrieved her sat phone without hesitation. She forwarded the map to activists fighting for Ituri's threatened tribes and wildlife, to idealists who would understand what a miraculous thing they'd been gifted, a chance to save the Mbuti with their very own promised land. Let them wage that battle now. She'd long ago found her Shangri-La. Its spirit lived within her still. If mankind's folly took the rest, at least in one aging heart, the lost valley would remain. And when at last she went to join the ancestors, Saskia knew she'd find peace in their whispers, safe beside the singing waters in the ageless land beyond the mists.